In the last 24 hours, social media has been melting down because the drama between Cardi B and Offset has taken a turn that nobody, and I mean nobody, saw coming. The entire internet started whispering that there was actually a warrant out for Offset's arrest, and people online began accusing him of something far darker than the usual messy breakup antics. According to the streets, Offset allegedly tried to arrange an attack on Stefan Diggs, and the claim is that he even paid someone to make sure Stefan never showed his face again. The timelines are in chaos, and the betrayal is hitting harder than ever, because everyone already knew Offset hated that Cardi moved on, but plotting something this violent? This is the type of plot twist that turns a breakup into a full-blown scandal documentary. What makes this mess even heavier is that Cardi is no longer holding back. She is done playing the bigger person, done staying quiet, done giving grace. She is reportedly telling people she has actual proof of Offset paying $100,000 to a hired hitman to get Stefan out of the picture. $100,000. The internet gasped so hard that whole comment sections froze in real time. Suddenly people were connecting dots they did not even notice before, and the idea that Offset might be facing a long prison sentence no longer feels dramatic, it feels real. And honestly, nobody imagined this is where things would land. Offset went from ranting on social media, posting cryptic messages about Cardi and Stefan, to allegedly spiraling into something that looks a lot like obsession. Not love. Not heartbreak. Obsession. The type that makes people lose touch with reality. And everything truly spiraled when a certain Instagram model came forward and dropped her own receipts. She exposed screenshots of her conversations with Offset, messages where he was furious that she did not go through with a setup against Stefan. In the texts, Offset told her, "Give the drop or do not come back around," and she responded with panic, begging him to delete the messages, saying she wanted no involvement. She posted everything and said, "Offset keeps harassing me while asking me to help trap Stefan. Please understand how dangerous this is." And that is when the comment sections exploded like a ticking bomb. Fans immediately started dissecting every screenshot. One person wrote, "Offset is unbelievably dangerous. Imagine messaging random women to help take down Stefan. How miserable can one man be? No wonder Cardi fears for her safety." Another said, "This is not jealousy anymore. This is obsession mixed with desperation. Cardi better protect herself and her child." And just when everyone thought the situation could not get any darker, more reports surfaced claiming Offset did not stop at trying to make Stefan cheat. He went further. The allegation is that he actually paid someone to physically take Stefan out. Completely. The internet froze. People could not even process it. Commenters were saying things like, "I just found out this girl is the ex-girlfriend of Offset's assistant, and she is saying Offset wanted Stefan shot. Cardi and Stefan both need restraining orders immediately." What really shook people was the timing. Apparently Offset sent one of those threatening messages right after he posted a video laughing with his child, a creepy contrast that made fans uneasy. But the most haunting part? This might not even be new behavior. Cardi has been hinting for months, maybe even years, that Offset has scared her more than once. A few weeks ago she revealed that Offset deliberately dragged out their divorce paperwork just to punish her for wanting to move forward. She said he has been manipulating her emotionally, playing mind games, and making her feel unsafe. Now imagine that same behavior after she had a baby with Stefan. If things were messy before, the tension after the baby became unbearable. We saw the peak of that tension when Offset posted a disturbing claim online suggesting that Cardi and Stefan's baby was actually his child. And he did this only hours after the baby was born. Hours. Cardi snapped, and rightfully so. She responded saying, "You all think it is funny, but it is not. It has been over a year of harassment and threats, and at this point I feel like my life is in danger. It is all fun and games until someone ends up hurt." Then she warned that she had receipts that could humiliate Offset completely. "People will do anything for attention," she said, "and with one upload I could destroy everything. Leave me alone." And now, with these new allegations coming to light, everything Cardi hinted at suddenly makes sense. The manipulation, the threats, the bizarre online behavior, it was all building towards something darker. According to Cardi, Offset had been trying to break her mentally, pushing her to the edge, making her question her own reality. And now fans are wondering if that was just the beginning, if this entire story runs deeper than anyone imagined. From that point forward, Offset was not just angry, he was rewriting entire realities. Whenever Cardi tried to explain what she had gone through, he would twist the story, gaslight the audience, and paint her as some unhinged, irrational woman spiraling for attention. That became his favorite tactic: silence her, spin the narrative, and make himself look like the calm victim while she carried the weight of his chaos. The turning point came when he posted that infamous tweet calling her single and miserable, and Cardi clapped back with the type of honesty that hits harder than any diss track. she said, single and miserable? Absolutely not. You are simply upset that I am outside living my life, and the men you believe would ignore me because I am a mother of 3 in my 30s are actually trying to talk to me. I do not go after any of the women you sleep with, yet every time I speak to a man, you message him. So let us not rewrite history. That alone would have been enough to shake the internet, but Cardi did not stop there. In another post, she revealed something far darker. She admitted she genuinely feared for her life. She said she felt like she was one headline away from becoming the tragic subject of a crime documentary. Those words sent a chill through the entire fanbase. Everyone began realizing this was not petty breakup drama anymore. This was the type of instability that destroys families, reputations, and lives. And just when people thought Offset could not spiral any further, it looked like he shifted his obsession toward Stefan instead, with threats so serious that people began warning Stefan to protect himself. Anyone paying attention knew Offset had been acting strange toward Stefan since day one. But it escalated when Cardi revealed he had been sending Stefan explicit, intimate videos of him and Cardi from years ago, videos recorded when they were still married. Offset tried to twist it, making it seem like Cardi had been sneaking back to him behind Stefan's back. But the truth was simple, those were old recordings. Old memories. Old manipulation. Offset was playing dirty, using the past to poison the present. Take a moment to imagine that level of desperation. He probably thought he ate, with that stunt, that exposing those videos would humiliate Cardi and make Stefan walk away. But Stefan did not budge. Not even a little. And the moment Offset realized his little scheme failed, the salt levels in his bloodstream entered medical emergency territory. He snapped online and tried to insult Stefan by calling him gay, the oldest, laziest, most predictable attempt at masculinity warfare. But Stefan knew exactly how to retaliate. Right when Offset was spiraling publicly, Stefan posted a picture of him and Cardi having dinner. A simple picture, but the caption? That caption was a nuclear bomb disguised as a compliment. He wrote, "So proud of myself. Who would have imagined I would be eating dinner with Cardi B?" That post did not just hit Offset, it detonated every insecurity he tried to bury. Stefan posted a soft smile, calm lighting, and a sentence that felt warm, but behind that warmth was a blade. And Offset felt it. Hard. Offset crashed out immediately. Emotional turbulence. Ego destruction. Pride in shambles. He flew to social media and wrote, "I smell some nonsense, fanboy." The way he leaned into the word fanboy was a dead giveaway. That was not confidence. That was a man shaking, sweating, and scrambling for a comeback. And then, because he could not help himself, he added a shrimp emoji. A shrimp emoji, as if that was going to do what his accusations could not. Men love tossing emojis like they are weapons, but it only exposed how rattled he truly was. But Offset was not finished humiliating himself. He followed up with, "My new girl better. Had you last week, by the way." Then he spiraled even further and threw random names into the mix, accusing people of cheating, lying, and betraying him. "She has been cheating since 2019. Tommy and Sammy, I did not tell you that. I did not tell you when she cheated, rat." He was typing like someone fighting invisible enemies. No punctuation. No logic. Just desperation dripping through every letter. It was not shade, it was self-destruction. It was a man drowning in his own emotions and screaming into the void. And then came the final embarrassment of the night, Offset slithering under Cardi's Instagram post. Cardi had uploaded some glowing photos, captioned, "My new body is looking like a trophy walking," and she looked radiant. Happiness will do that to a woman, it lifts her, brightens her, almost reverses time. Instead of letting her be, Offset commented a single trash can emoji. Just a lonely little garbage can sitting there with no purpose. It did not dim her shine. It only made him look even more bitter and unstable. A man trying to drag someone down always ends up digging his own hole. So yes, Offset has been spiraling for a long time. Not days. Not weeks. A long, deep, extended fall from emotional stability. And Stefan and Cardi's growth only made it worse. Cardi just dropped a #1 album. She is about to go on a global tour that fans are already claiming will sell out. Stefan's career is rising too. Together, they look happy, peaceful, mature. They look like two people who finally found someone who matches their energy. And nothing destroys a toxic ex like watching the person they once controlled blossom without them. But the universe was not done humbling Offset. Remember the woman he allegedly hired to set Stefan up and make it look like Stefan cheated? The one he paid to sabotage their relationship? She did not deliver. She took the money, tried to do something sloppy, then backed out completely. So now Offset is not only embarrassed, he is exposed, humiliated, outplayed, and scammed in his own scheme. And according to multiple reports, that humiliation, that failure, is what allegedly pushed him to a darker place. A place where he began making calls behind closed doors, whispering offers to people in secret, trying to arrange something that could take Stefan out permanently. The kind of darkness men fall into when jealousy becomes their religion. The kind of behavior born from desperation, ego collapse, and the terror of losing control. A man who lets envy consume him is a man who becomes dangerous. And Offset, according to these allegations, crossed that line a long time ago. But somehow, it gets even darker. Because the streets are whispering something that sounds less like gossip and more like a full-blown crime thriller. Multiple sources claim that Cardi is sitting on intel, real intel, that Offset allegedly offered someone $100,000 to take Stefan out. Read that again. $100,000. A whole 6 figures, not to defend himself, not because Stefan harmed him, but simply because Stefan succeeded where Offset failed. Because Stefan showed Cardi what peace felt like. Because Stefan treated her with the care, maturity, and respect Offset never managed to give. That level of hatred is not jealousy anymore. That is obsession dipped in ego. That is a wounded pride morphing into something sinister. And the most ironic part? Offset has reportedly been running out of cash. His money has not been stretching the way it used to. So imagine being financially unstable but still gathering every leftover dollar, every connection, every street favor, not to rebuild your life, not to heal, not to elevate, but to harm the man who simply stepped up and treated your ex-wife correctly. That is not heartbreak. That is a man whose ego has become a weapon, firing at anything that threatens his fantasy of control. And according to people who know him, Offset has been spiraling financially for months. He has been living like a superstar while pocketing a budget that looks more like a meme. Someone described it perfectly: champagne taste with a corner store wallet. The image has been bigger than the income. The lifestyle louder than the balance. And what happens when someone with that much pride, that much arrogance, finally faces a downfall? They lash out. They panic. They look for someone to blame because looking in the mirror is too painful. And in this case, the person he blamed, the person he targeted, was Cardi. The truth is, Offset benefited from Cardi's stardom more than anyone wants to admit. He fed off her spotlight, her fanbase, her momentum. His visibility grew simply by standing beside her. But once that light detached from him, once it became clear that Cardi could shine even brighter without him, the insecurities started eating him alive. Watching her succeed without him was one thing. Watching her glow beside another man? That was an ego fracture he could not recover from. Because here is the truth no one wants to say out loud: Stefan did not steal Cardi. Offset lost her. Offset sabotaged his own home. Offset created the storm he is now drowning in. And nothing burns a man like him deeper than realizing he was never the prize, he was the problem. Offset could have walked away with dignity. He could have healed. He could have rebuilt his brand, his finances, his reputation. But he chose chaos. He chose bitterness. He chose hatred. He chose violence, allegedly. And because of those choices, he is now teetering on the edge of legal danger, public humiliation, and emotional collapse. Meanwhile, Stefan and Cardi have not fed the drama once. They have been building quietly, loving quietly, winning quietly. Stefan has not responded to Offset's shade. He has not posted subliminal messages. He has not taken the bait. That silence, that complete refusal to engage, is driving Offset insane. Because to a man like him, being ignored is worse than being insulted. Being replaced without a fight is unbearable. Silence is the ultimate disrespect. Cardi's fans have been putting puzzle pieces together, and insiders are saying she is not the same Cardi she used to be. She is wiser now. Stronger. More strategic. She is making decisions from logic, not emotion. So if she truly has intel about Offset's alleged $100,000 offer, she is not going to fling it online impulsively. She is going to move smart. Deliberate. Protected. And that terrifies him more than any tweet could. Because Cardi exposed him once before. And she can expose him again. Only this time, it would not just be messy. It would be legal. This time, consequences would have weight. Offset tried to play puppeteer, manipulation, sabotage, intimidation. But he forgot a crucial truth: you cannot control a woman who has healed. You cannot manipulate a woman who has found peace. And you cannot destroy someone who has already outgrown you. So while Stefan and Cardi continue living their lives, Offset is unraveling in plain sight. And if he is not careful, the downfall will not be caused by Cardi or Stefan or the internet, it will be caused by his own choices, his own impulses, and his own ego. And here is where the story twists even more. According to documents floating around, including bond information from their divorce, Cardi made nearly all the money in that household. Not half. Not most. We are talking 95%. She built her empire brick by brick. From mixtapes to chart toppers, from endorsements to investments, from viral moments to global domination, Cardi stacked her wealth intentionally. She saved. She invested. She acquired real estate. She built generational wealth. Offset, on the other hand, has always acted like money is infinite. Like every check is promised. Like budgeting is for peasants. Even though they both earned millions, Cardi's wealth is the structure holding their empire up, the foundation, the backbone, the whole infrastructure. And these assets? They are real. Homes, land, equity, appreciation wealth. Their Atlanta home, where Cardi and the children live, is hers. Their New Jersey home, where Cardi's mother stays, is also hers. Both homes, both legacies, both secured under her leadership. And once you remove Cardi's assets from the equation, Offset's financial status collapses like a Jenga tower with half the blocks missing. The lifestyle he flaunts online? It is a facade built on money he did not build. He spends recklessly. He invests poorly. He plans for nothing. And now the world is starting to see the truth. Without Cardi, Offset is not the millionaire he pretends to be. Without Cardi, he is not the king he marketed himself as. And that? That is the type of reality check that makes a desperate man dangerous. And let us tell the truth for once, Offset is not the star he pretends to be anymore. His relevance has been slipping like sand through open fingers. The industry is no longer checking for him the way he wants people to believe. The glow he walks around acting like he owns? It was borrowed. It was reflected. It was Cardi's. And now that she is gone, everyone is about to see the real version of Offset without the luxury filter. Watch how different his life looks without Cardi's money. Without Cardi's image. Without Cardi's stability. Watch how fast the world shifts when a man who spent years burning through someone else's resources finally has to stand on his own. Things are about to get very uncomfortable for him. And then, the audacity. Offset has reportedly been trying to pressure Cardi into paying him alimony. Yes, the same man who was benefiting from her bank account during the marriage is now allegedly trying to squeeze money out of her during the divorce. If you needed proof of where his finances stand, that right there is the flashing neon sign. He is not just broke, he is broke. The kind of broke where your pockets echo. The kind of broke where your bank account sighs every time you refresh it. Yet somehow, this man allegedly found a way to scrape together $100,000, not for therapy, not for repairing his family, not for fixing his life, not even for saving himself. But to allegedly pay someone to take Stefan out. How do you have money for destruction but not money for growth? That alone tells you how twisted the priorities were. It sounds dramatic, it sounds extreme, it sounds like something straight out of a Netflix true crime series, but according to the latest whispers, he better pray he has enough cash left for a lawyer. Because the streets are buzzing that the police are now involved. And once law enforcement steps in, it does not matter that the plan was sloppy. It does not matter that the hit never happened. In the eyes of the law, the moment money exchanged hands and intent became clear, it crossed into felony territory. There is no, "I changed my mind" clause. No, but nothing happened loophole. No, it was not completed escape route.